Hello and welcome. My name's Mark and this is a little bit different video. I'm doing the Monk's Walk by Thorpe Park. So obviously it's winter in the UK and theme parks are shut. But there's actually a public footpath which goes down the side of Thorpe Park where you can sort of see Hyperion and things like that. So I thought I'll bring you along and see if I can see anything. Usually they've got like old memorabilia, like and props like that. But sometimes you see things going on, like updates now from the park. So yeah, I thought I'll bring you along. I'll put on screen now where I've parked. I've parked sort of down some of the side roads, but yeah, it's quite a nice sort of walk. It is the New Year's Eve today, but yeah, there'll be a video which will be up earlier before this one goes live, which is sort of a channel update, things like that. You're probably wondering why I dress the same, because I'm doing two videos here. One, they're obviously showing off Monk's Walk, and another one where I'm doing channel updates, sort of uploads and things like that. But that'll be all covered in the previous video. But yeah, I'm going to spin the camera around and show you sort of the walkway. It's really simple. I'm taking a slightly different route, but it is really simple. All you've got to do is type Monk's Walk Thorpe into Google and you can see the walkway, and you can choose either go in Thorpe Village or go in the other sort of side of the town. I'm in the other side of the town because there's a lot less walking. But if you do the other side, which is the church side, you can walk through and see sort of the, past Thorpe Farm, because it used to have a farm attached to it, but not anymore. But there's nothing really much to see there. But yeah, I'll take you along anyhow, and yeah, let me spin the camera around. Yeah, I've been lacking in videos recently, but that will all be explained in the previous video of the channel updates and things like that. I haven't done this walk in a couple of years. Last time I did this walk was when I was seeing Hyperion get built. That was before I started this YouTube channel, but I've taken the wrong turn already. So, I mean, you can get across there, but there's some horrible underground tunnel you've got to take. And I didn't really fancy that today, but I'll spin the camera around and show you the proper way to go. Obviously, I'll probably leave the last bit in because it all adds to the effect of the video and things like that. But it's really good showing you the route if you haven't done this before, and if you're a Thorpe theme park enthusiast like myself, it is really cool to see the route and things like that. As you see, there's Hyperion. You come along the walk across this main road here, and yeah, come across this main road, and yeah, and you want to cross the M3. Obviously, this road, there's a little path here. Yeah, and then you drop down, there's a little side bit. Yeah, it's all the trucks and all. Yeah, you literally walk across this main bridge, and then there's a right-hand turn, and then the walkways all the way sort of down there. Yeah, and then once you cross this after parking, where I've shown you I've parked with the screenshot, you come across here, public footpath, and you come down here, but you want to be Thorpe Park side of this, you don't want to be the other side. It's quite a nice quiet walk. Yeah, it's quite nice in the summer and winter, but summer you'll probably be at the theme park, so there's no point coming in the summer really. But in the winter it's quite a nice walk. See the coasters, see if there's any updates. They're probably not going to be testing today. This is the 31st of December 2025, but yeah, it should be good. I like just looking at the updates, to be honest. Like I say, this is a public footpath, so you can access it all year round, and you've got some great pictures. Well, I've got some great pictures and that of when Hyperion was getting built, because I came here for that. Showing off those images, which is pretty cool. Yeah, and then literally follow this path down, and then it will take you, we'll go to the right, and then we'll go sort of next to the M3, but obviously you can't see it because there's a fence there. And yeah, then we make our way. This is now heading on to Monk's Walk. You just come under this bridge here. That was the bridge where we were walking across to come down, and just keep going straight and sort of slightly veer to the right, but yeah, it's all pretty straightforward and self-explanatory. It's not a busy walkway really. Yeah, it's just not a busy walkway. Yeah, there's only one path you can take. Yeah, this is all Monk's Walk, a public footpath, because Thorpe Park is not actually a true island, really. Lots of it's man-made and things like that. But I would recommend wearing some good, decent shoes if you're coming along, not Vans like me, because it is very muddy, and it was muddy last time I came on these winter days. So yeah, I might slip over because I'm only wearing Vans at the moment. Luckily my old ones, but this is, I'll keep the camera rolling just for a dramatic effect. Pull up my trousers. Oh shit. Oof. Nearly died. Yeah, it is very wet on foot. I've cleared the muddy bit. Now we just keep heading down, and then we'll get to the bridge in a second, which is the bridge which goes across to Thorpe Park Island, where it's the size. So this, like I say, this runs down the side by Hyperia, where you can see the ends of Loggers Leap, which we'll try and get some footage of, and then you get to see loads of sort of abandoned stuff, good props, things like that, projects, and sort of this is the service road. There's a service road down the side, so when they get deliveries, they get all dropped off there. So yeah, it was a really key bit. When Hyperia was getting built, you could see everything coming in. Recently I've seen a few other videos of TikTok and that, other creators showing off the Mac crates which have arrived, and then they've disappeared, so but we don't know what was in them. Obviously the only coaster in the park, well there's a few, but the main coaster in the park, which is Mac, is Hyperia. Yeah, you literally come across here. It's a really nice, okay, fishermen there. A lot of people fish around here as well, so that's sort of out of the way. Yeah, lovely walkway. And there's the lake. All across. Don't even see this. And here's Thorpe Park side bit here. So all this here is now Thorpe Park, and all that, as you can see, there's Hyperia. You get some really good views of Hyperia around here as well. I haven't done this when it's actually open because I'm too busy in the park, but I'm sure there's some great camera shots. Yeah, lovely. Nice winter's walk. I hope you enjoyed my Popsland Japan video. If you haven't already checked that, well, it was a three parts of where I went to Popsland for 2 days, rode my new number 1, Ride to Happiness, and yeah, another Mac coaster. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed that video. Speaking of Mac, let's spin the camera around and look at this amazing Mac coaster, Hyperia. While walking along, it's also so surreal being next to this park, and there's just no sound at all. No drones. Well, no drones when they're open, which makes sense. Yeah, but this was all pretty much cornered off when they were building this. It all had like a black cloth going along here, so you can even see. Yeah, it's just corrugated it. Really cool. I just love looking at this coaster. Yeah, I highly doubt any works happened, but yeah, you can see the sort of the end airtime hill going into the brake run. How it's quite tall. When you're actually queuing, that doesn't look that big when you're next to Hyperia, but you get some stupidly good angles around here of it. Also, just great to see. Yeah, Colossus doesn't look like it's had anything done. So yeah, really cool walkway, and it's a really nice day. Bit cold, but it's really nice. These are the last remaining black cloths I was talking about earlier. That's all Hyperia. It's all the back end, and you get to see all the water dummies over there where they all test them. So we'll zoom in. All the water dummies, when they test the trains in the morning, they have to fill them up so that it doesn't valley and goes around the track. But through these trees you can see some great shots of Hyperia. Really cool. You don't even see this walkway unless you know you're on the road. And we've got the maintenance shed here. Awesome. As you can see, here's the back entrance of the station, and then it goes straight into, so I'm trying to film through the bars, the maintenance shed there. It's all the stuff you don't see, because I'm sort of a bit nerdy when it comes to engineering and that. Awesome. Anyway, we'll continue this walk going through, because then at the back of the maintenance shed you get to see the service road where they just abandon things, have things from previous years, and there was the Rocky Road Mountain ride prop, sort of like water tank thing. Well, it was a bit of theming. So yeah, you get to really see some cool bits of theming around here. Here's the back of the maintenance shed. And here is the Mac crates, which I don't know what it is. Something big. Yeah, all these Mac ride crates here for Hyperia. I don't know what that big thing is. It's metal. Maybe might be a restraint or something like that. Yeah, really cool. Really cool. I've worked out what's in that white bag. Rubbish. It's just, we're rubbish. Back of Burger King, in case you were wondering. Obviously Burger King in Hyperia Valley, or Fearless Valley, not Hyperia Valley. And then, yeah, all the sort of equipment and that. Let me just zoom around. All the equipment and that, and then this is where they sort of have abandoned props. I mean, you can see Nemesis over there, Nemesis Inferno, which is a very cool B&M ride. Yeah, obviously I'm not expecting any work or anyone to really be on site other than security, but what is really cool, look at that. The Hyperia railing, Project Exodus. Do I get it? Project Exodus, which says it there, without the leaves getting in the way. The I don't think I'll get any better angles. Can you get in there? No. Nope. That was Project Exodus, where it was the name before Hyperia was the official name announced. Like I say, this back end, you can see some really cool stuff. And see for the back end, obviously you've got Thorpe Junction there, for Ghost Train all the way over there, which is really cool. But yeah, like I say, no movement, no activity, and probably just security going around. But yeah, I haven't seen anyone yet, and no one's come across on the walk, which is nice. Like I say, it's a really nice walk. When this was getting built, it was quite an active walkway, but today it's not a busy public footpath, and it's not many people here because they've got no new projects. I don't think they're going to do anything new for 2026, because usually most theme parks, especially Merlin, like throwing something new out there, but nothing's been announced or anything like that. Anyway, we're moving along to the Monk's Walk, and you can see the Nemesis train from Nemesis Inferno. It's just sat there with some of the covers removed at the front of the train. I'll see if I can get you round, and we can have a look at that. There you go. So see between the trees, just there, the front cover removed for the train. But on people's previous videos, that has been there for ages. Yeah, let's go head round to the back of Nemesis Inferno. Here's a bit clearer shot of Nemesis. That train just sits there. Because I don't know whether they could all fit one in the shed at once, or whether it's just one can be in the shed at one time, if that makes sense. I don't think they can fit 2 trains, but I'm not certain. Don't quote me on that. But I know that's been there for a while, that train. Yeah, we'll head along the walkway, back of Nemesis maintenance shed, and that's the walkway there. When you come out the queue line, you walk around down through there. That's the queue line, all the way down, well, the exit line where you go around, and down to the photo area and the back of I'm a Celebrity shop. Well, it wasn't, but it used to be I'm a Celeb exit area. But yeah, really cool. These, it's sort of like a bit like behind the scenes, which you don't actually see all that often. Just so cool, some of this stuff they've got around here. It's just really cool. I love it. Like, you've got a hut here. Just there, a hut. Let's have a look at that, if we can. A lot of these bushes and that are grown. Yeah, it looks like a photo hut or something like that. Themed to like I'm a Celeb. There you go. Photo venture. Some really cool stuff, which just abandoned. Moving on, we have got the Roomba Rapids. Now, this is a bit weird one because obviously Roomba Rapids shut very early last season and the season before, which is quite interesting for winter maintenance. But I mean, is it sort of hit and miss? Is it much longer left? Personally, I feel like they need to up the rapids. I say this all the time, but they do need to up sort of how much rapids. Is it the right word? Well, I'm going to say it. How much forceful the rapids is, because they're just sometimes like a lazy river sometimes. Yeah, we'll just keep going along here, looking at all the boats. Most all these have got their rubber bottoms on, and then we'll go further up, and some of them don't. These don't have their rubber underbits on, which is actually really interesting to see. Yeah, really cool to see these rubber sort of bits not on, and that's all you're sitting in. Awesome. Because obviously we're at the back of Roomba Rapids, so that's where all the stuff comes and all the boats stay. And then we'll move on, and they should start having some sort of abandoned stuff, sort of, not abandoned, well, yeah, abandoned stuff, past props, past theming, and you can see a lovely picture of Stealth there. But yeah, you can see some past props, past theming, I've just sort of left here. And here's the other half of the rubber dinghies. Over there. Yeah, when Hyperion was built, this road was busy. Not as busy as the M25, but busy compared to it was today. Like I said, I don't think anyone's in today other than security. What I think is really cool is like these abandoned lift hill chains. And now I don't know what chain it's for or from. But yeah, you've got these lift hill chains. It all looks like from the same design. So it could be Colossus. But yeah, all just sitting there rusting away. It's just so cool, some of this stuff. Here you go, here's Rocky Express, which was where Hyperion is now, a family ride near Loggers Leap and things like that. It was one of the last rides to go before making way for Hyperion. Yeah, it's just kept that, which I think's so nostalgic and cool. And you've obviously got these boats here, which clearly haven't been used for ages because they're just empty fiberglass shells. Look at this, some propeller. Really cool. Could it have been for the Thorpe Park boat, or was it a bit of theming? I don't know. And here, just behind it, a Loggers Leap boat, which has just been left abandoned. Just so you can see it sort of in the foliage, sort of blending in. I mean, a couple of years ago when Hyperion was built, they had a lot of Angry Birds abandoned props and that, but I can't seem to see them anymore, or which is a bit sad to see. Well, it's good that keeping it clean. Like, look at this. Thorpe Park signage. buried. It's just so cool. So cool. Oh, here we go. Here's I don't even know what I'm stepping in, just lots of leaves. Angry Birds TNT. Really cool. If you are enjoying this video, sort of behind the scenes and the whole sort of side of Thorpe Park, make sure you give it a like, comment and subscribe. You get to actually hear the planes and see the planes because we are near Gatwick Airport. But yeah, Gatwick and Heathrow. But yeah, make sure you like and comment and subscribe. Like I say, this is a little bit different than my standard theme park videos, but it's all sort of keeping with the theme park theme. Yeah, this is what I mean about the service road. It is massive. I don't even know what half of this stuff even is, but just sort of cool stuff. We'll keep walking down. Yeah, we'll continue this walk a little bit more, see if they find across anything else. Fine, this video is a lot of me waffling, but yeah, I just thought I'll bring you along and just have a chat. It's just nice to talk about like Thorpe Park and theming and that, because I haven't uploaded for a while, but like I say, that will be explained in the previous video, showing you how big the Thorpe Park lake is and that. And I'm pretty sure around sort of there used to be Thorpe Park Farm. I wasn't around, I never visited Thorpe Park Farm. I did go on the Canada Creek Railway when that was there, but like I say, that literally just went around the park, didn't do the farm or anything when that I operated, but I did that when I was younger, about 12, I think, 8 or 12. And then obviously I went back a few years later, and then that Loggers Leap was the only one still standing, and Loggers Leap shut, and then yeah, that was when I was with my mum. So yeah, a little bit of history. Yeah, there's some really great videos online about Thorpe Park's history and that. Expedition theme park, if you're into sort of history of the rides, they go quite in depth with like lots of the rides at Alton Towers and Thorpe Park, which is really good channel. I mean, yes. And you can see all the way back here, we have got the swarm. We can just about see. That sort of gives you a correlation, sort of swarm islands sort of around there. And when that service road we saw teeing off goes. And then you probably see a lot of boats going around Thorpe Park Lake. Obviously we've got a massive obstacle course here. That's not part of Thorpe Park, but I thought I'll just show you. And here is a service entrance, or another entrance to Thorpe Park. I'm probably not going to walk any further down because there's usually nothing there. So yeah, we'll head back and we'll wrap up this video. But I hope you've enjoyed sort of seeing my memorabilia. Well, not my memorabilia, sort of the memorabilia for the park and sort of behind the scenes. Any favourite bits or any bits you remember, give me a shout or let me know in the comments. But I can't wait till opening season in a couple months time, but we've just got to make do with this for now. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed my sort of monk's walk behind the scenes of Thorpe Park. If you haven't done it and you're sort of live relatively close to Thorpe Park, I mean, this is only about an hour and a bit for me. I just enjoy looking at the coasters and sort of behind the scenes a bit. I think it's worth a go, but I wouldn't go out your way too much. I was a bit bored today, so I thought I'd come along and give it a try and see what are the updates. And as I expected for New Year's Eve, no one about and nothing happening. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in my next one. I've got whenever that may be. Laters.